Amusement parks. Everybody loves them. I mean, maybe not everybody. Some people feel like they're gonna have heart palpitations when they get off the ride. There's definitely a few rides that I would steer clear of, me personally, but I love roller coasters. And recently I went to Disney, so obviously I gotta come through with this video. And now I don't know why every theme park is like this, but before we even got there, right? The hotel, the tickets, all that shit was so expensive. I don't know why. It just did not need to be that expensive. Like, I literally had to take out a small fucking loan to pay for the 3 of us to go to Universal. It was crazy. Hey, YouTube's treating me well, man, but not to the point where I could just blow money at Universal. We stayed at this hotel in Disney. We went to Disney for 3 days, SeaWorld 1 day, and then Universal for 2 days. So we had to get up bright and early if we wanted a good spot on these rides. If not, we would have been waiting in line for like 2 fucking hours. And now we were there an hour before it opened, and there was already so many people there. Like, it was crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if people were sitting there camping overnight if they really had to. But as soon as these parks opened, bro, I had to become the next Usain Bolt, bro. I had to become a track star real quick and just start fucking booking it to the nearest ride. But luckily, we were prepared.
While Mazda is known for artful design, we also have more 2024 IIHS.
We knew the most popular rides at the park, so obviously we hit those ones first. Nobody was safe at these amusement parks. People were getting trampled. It was like Black Friday at midnight, essentially. We get to one of the rides, and on this day, we were at Hollywood Studios. When I was waiting in line, I was scrolling through my Instagram that you guys should follow, by the way. And if you like and comment on my reels and stuff, I'll follow some of you guys back. And the link's in the description. First ride we go on was Mid. We waited that long just for some Mid. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? So we're like, ah, fuck, man. Life happens. We're gonna move on to the next. We went on Tower of Terror, okay? Now, Tower of Terror, I was scared as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a little bitch when it comes to shit like that. I'm not gonna lie. I was quaking in my boots a little bit. But obviously, what happened next made things just a lot worse for me. So we go on it one time, and everything's good. And my friend's like, yo, hear me out. Hear me out. We gotta run it back. And I'm like, oh shit, bro. You right. Okay, let's run it. Even though in my mind, I was like, fuck, I really don't want to go on this again. God damn it. So we get in line, and now we're getting ready to be seated, and we sit down, and the ride starts up. The door shuts. He starts playing some eerie ass music. The lights start to dim, and then it just fucking stops, like out of nowhere. Now, of course, everybody in there started looking at each other like, what the fuck just happened? Why did it just stop? And I was like, shit, is this supposed to happen? Like, I don't know. Maybe they're doing this for dramatic effect. I don't know. But nah, we were stuck in this goofy ass elevator for more than 10 minutes, all right? 10 minutes passed, and nobody has said anything yet. All of a sudden, I hear this automated ass message on the internet. There will be somebody to assist you as soon as possible. Thank you. And I'm like, fuck, when the hell is soon as possible gonna be? Because I'm trying to get out of this bitch before it just fucking falls. Yeah, it is kind of ironic getting stuck on a ride that's an elevator, but I mean, obviously I was scared because I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen to the elevator. And eventually, after like 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes, they just let us out and we go on a different elevator. And I'm like, this one better not get stuck too. Imagine if this one gets stuck. And it got stuck. I was like, are you fucking... No, it didn't get stuck. Everything was fine. But one time we did get stuck for quite some time on the ride Everest. And now me and my friends, we were being dumbasses. We were like, all right, let's go on this ride even though it's about a downpour in like 5 minutes. So we get in line, it's downpouring. Thankfully, I had a poncho. There was one kid in front of me that did not have a poncho. Bro was fucking soaked. I was like, that is just unfortunate. I was like, holy shit. Thank God I'm not that guy at least. We were stuck there for like 5 minutes, and then the ride starts moving again. This roller coaster could slip off the tracks at any moment, and that shit got me scared. I'm like, oh fuck, I should have never went on this ride. But eventually, we did end up getting stuck again, but thankfully not in the pouring rain. We got stuck in a dark ass cave. Like, yeah, dead ass after that, I left. I'm so serious. So there was one more time where a ride did end up getting stuck. We were on this flume ride in Universal, and we're going up. Now, I kid you not, as we're like going up to the top of it, like for the big ass drop, the ride just fucking stops, just out of nowhere. They had loud ass Jurassic Park music going, and all of a sudden it just stopped. And I hear some guy on the intercom, row 2, put the camera away, row 2. I don't know why, but they were acting like this dude was recording with a fuck. Obviously, he decided not to put the camera away because holy fuck, some of the rides that we were sitting in were so cramped. Like, I don't know what it was, but thankfully I didn't have to sit there for ages. But there was one ride where we had to get in this log. Like, I kid you not, it was like a small ass log. Now, I don't know how I did it, but I somehow fit myself in there. I had to do like some next level acrobatics type shit to fit myself in there. And of course, as we were going, it got delayed. Like, the ride was moving super slow. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I was stuck in this stupid ass log for 20 minutes. My legs were throbbing when I got out of this fucking thing. Like, holy fuck, the least you could do is get bigger logs with all that money. I was paying $6 for water. $6. And there was apparently water that contained more electrolytes or some shit. It was some crazy ass fancy water. This shit was ass. It was fucking garbage. Dog shit. It didn't even hydrate me. But of course, you know, the food was really fucking expensive, and it was also dog shit. Like, I mean, I was not surprised. We all learned our lesson. Like, when I walked into one of the cafeterias, they whipped me up a nice little fucking $24 burger that tasted like a tire. I'm not even kidding. It was so bad. You want to know what I did with that burger? I fucking ate it anyway. Even though it was garbage, I still ate it. So we all learned to never do that again, all right? Make restaurant reservations. That's the move. I mean, shit, don't get me wrong. It was fun, but holy shit, there are so many downsides. You'd think it'd be better if I was, like, throwing my life savings away just to go here. So one day we went to SeaWorld, like I mentioned before. We get there, all right? We're early, and we had no idea that on this day, it was a grand opening for one of the rides. I was like, holy fuck, like, damn, I guess we should go on that ride first. That's probably a good idea. So as soon as the park opens, we rush to the ride. We fucking sprint. Nah, we did not sprint. Because if we were sprinting, we might as well have been Naruto running. Because it just does not look good doing a full-ass sprint to a ride. It looks stupid as hell. But we walk at a reasonably fast pace. We get there. And SeaWorld was opening its newest ride. Its first surf coaster. And I was like, damn, that looks sick, bro. I can't wait to go on it. And I kid you not, we were standing there for fucking an hour and a half waiting to go on it, waiting for the ride to open. Because you want to know why? Do you want to know why? They decided to hold a fucking news segment about it. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? What the? So their news segment took like an hour and a half. I was like, holy fuck, why is this taking so long? And originally, the park opened at 9 o'clock, right? The park usually opens at 9. The park did not open until 10:30. So I'm here with SeaWorld's manager, Chuck. Chuck, what do you have to say about the ride opening? Well, you know, I'm really excited to kick things off and get the ride open. If you're excited, just open the goddamn ride already. Stop doing this stupid-ass news segment. It was annoying as hell. They went on about the history of SeaWorld the entire time. I was like, oh my god, just get on with it already. You could have did like just a quick 10-minute segment. Like, oh, hey, this new roller coaster's opening. Woo. Like, no one watches the news anymore anyway. To the point where there is a line formed throughout the entire park. And I was like, holy fuck, dude. We cannot leave this line. Like, we were one of the first people in line. And if we left that line, we would have been waiting for this ride for like 4 hours. I kid you not. So we all look at each other and we're like, we're not, hell no, we are not leaving. And then all of a sudden, some dude just comes up and says, all right, so for any of you that have bags, you're gonna have to put them in lockers. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? No. I was like, at this point, I'm screwed. I'm fucked. I shouldn't have brought a bag. So I went up to him at 9:30 when people said the park was actually gonna open. And then he was like, nope, the park's still not open. Are you with the news team? I'm like, no, dude, I'm not with the... Look at me. Do you think I'm with the news team? But in all seriousness, though, I know he's doing his job. I'm just fucking around. It was just really annoying that I couldn't get a locker yet. We were just standing there, and my friend was like, Birdie, bro, you have to bolt as soon as that news team gets up and leaves, all right? You gotta bolt. And then they started moving across the line and interviewing people. And I was just praying to fuck they did not interview me. Hey, little Jimothy, how do you feel about this ride? I just want to go on the ride. That's great, but you're gonna have to wait another hour and a half because we have to do our news segment. How you doing, young man? How do you feel about this ride? It looks cool. Great. That's how the interview would have went. I'm dead at. But right before the ride opens, I had the bright idea to tell my friend, bro, I will give you $20 if you go up to this family and ask them to watch our stuff. So we did it. We didn't have to get a locker. He went up to a family and asked them to watch our stuff. And eventually we did it. We got on the ride, and man, was it fucking worth it. You know, through all the long lines, these prices worse than fucking gas prices, the scorching heat, the mid-ass food. I had a great time, so I felt like it was worth it. Want another video to watch? Watch this video on screen. Anyways, I'm out. Bye.
Meet Honey Nut and Cheerio.
Delicious.
What?
Yummy.
Ever exist on this earth? Tell me. The best feelings to ever exist on this earth. Tell me not. Everybody has felt these feelings. I mean, maybe not all of them, but I'm sure a lot of you can relate to these feelings that I have felt in this video. And a subscriber sent this to me over on my Instagram. And if you want to share any ideas with me, the link is in the description for that. And the first thing we got to start off with is waking up on a Saturday. When I was a kid, I just loved waking up on a Saturday. And it just felt amazing, bro. It was a day of playing outside, video games, TV, more video games. I wouldn't really go outside that much. Once I got introduced to Pokemon Heart Gold, that is literally all I would play. Like, I was barely seeing any sunlight, bro. I'd be looking like Casper the Ghost at the end of the summer. And there's something even better than that. And a lot of you might be like, wait, what is it? What's even better than that? Waking up on a holiday. When it was Christmas, I was turned, bro. I was excited. There's really nothing like the holiday spirit, bro. Like, when I was a kid, I was just really excited to get gifts. But, bro, now that I'm grown up, I still fucking love it. There's just something about the Christmas, the decorations, the gift giving, the music. It just brings my spirit up, bro. And if that makes me zesty, then fuck it. So be it. Next on the list, we got taking a shower at night. I don't know why at night makes a difference, but oh, trust me, it does, bro. Just like hopping in the shower at 3 a.m. I don't know why it just feels so much better than showering in the morning. I don't know, man. It just does. There's something about it. And especially when that shower is much needed, bro. Like when the must is really kicking in, you gotta jump in that shower, bro. Like, you haven't showered in like 5 weeks, man. Get in there. Those Discord servers you got going there, they can wait on the moderation, bro. Jump in the shower.
But no, actually, I hold the power in the Discord. The admins depend on me.
Shut the hell up and get your ass in the shower, stinky ass muff. Going on vacation. I'm leaving for a vacation in like 2 days, and I'm so geeked, bro. You have no idea. It's about to be fire. We're turning the hell up. It's going crazy. Having fun is nice and all, but the vacations where you just sit on the beach and just be a bum the whole time, those are good too. Kind of just drop off the map and just spawn into the middle of nowhere and just chill. It's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. I've had a few beach vacations, and I just felt completely disconnected, and it was kind of great coming back refreshed. And there's something about just traveling to a place you've never been before that's just so mesmerizing. Now, I'm from a rural area, so I don't really see a city much. Like, to be honest with you, bro, I got a better chance of seeing goddamn tumbleweeds. So when I walk into a city, bro, I am in a trance. Like, I'm just staring off into the fucking distance, and my friends are like, yo, are you good? Vacation just hits, bro. But when you come back from a vacation, although it's disappointing, shit, I feel refreshed, though. I'm ready to get back to work. When everything goes perfect in a social interaction, that's just peak right there. Like, when you first meet the person, the dap up smooth as hell. Like, you can hear it, bro. It just echoes through the room. And all your homies are just amazed with how crazy it was. And you're just vibing the entire day, and it goes amazing. No awkward moments, no beef, no arguments, nothing of that nature. It's just pure vibes. And you guys want to know what's even better than like chilling and just having a good time with your homies? Getting blasted with your homies, bro. It is an insane feeling. Or just getting blasted in general. I don't advise it since there's risks involved. But when I did do it, I felt great. I felt like a bum the next morning. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it felt great. I could taste every molecule in my food. I felt hella warm and fuzzy, and I was just chilling. I was just so amazed by the things around me. Like, I really didn't give a fuck what was going on. I mean, at first I was paranoid since I thought I was gonna throw up. But after I did calm down, I really did feel like a stoner. Like, I was literally just posted on the couch with absolutely nothing going on in my head. Like, my brain was just not there. Nobody was home. But I was enjoying myself. Let's be real. We all do some stupid shit together with our homies. It is what it is, man. It's just gonna happen. Especially when you're blasted or you drank too much. Next on that list is getting a test back, and you did really good on it. Like, you don't know how many sleepless nights I had tripping balls over how well I did on a test. I was so fucking glad when I got that test back and I got a B. Or sometimes, well, now I'm in college, I don't give a fuck if I get a C or not. I just hope I don't fail. And nevertheless, it's still a great feeling. If the class is hard as shit and you get a C, oh bro, it's turn up season. Like, the whole class is throwing a fucking pizza party. People are dancing on the desks and shit. It's wild. Trust me, bro, if I pass this test, I am throwing a whole function. And that's just like the clutch of the year right there. Like, I don't know how I went from thinking I was about to fail to passing. That is insane. And contrary to the last one, bro, to me staying up all these hours worrying about a test, the greatest feeling is when you just fucking jump on your bed, just face plant on the pillow and just knock. And the next morning you wake up with drool on your fucking pillow and you're like, what the hell happened? You know what? I'm not gonna complain. I slept. And you didn't wake up to an alarm? You didn't wake up to this? Like, seriously, fuck this alarm. Why did Apple make this the alarm? Like, I don't understand. That sound has forever scarred me. It scares me literally every time I hear it. But getting a good rest is just so rare nowadays, and it's something you really gotta appreciate. Drinking water at 3 a.m. Some of you might be like, bro, why is this even on the list? Well, trust me, bro, it is an immaculate feeling, because my throat feeling like the Sahara at 3 a.m., bro, and when I take a sip of water, I just feel refreshed. Like, I just feel like I regenerated. And I know we are all lying down like shit. Is it really worth getting up, going to the fridge, and getting water at 3 a.m.? Is it really worth it? Oh, fuck yeah, it's worth it. Trust me. When I'm lying there, I'm like, I don't want to get up, and then I remember. I sit there and remember what it feels like to drink water. When my throat is drier than my phone, bro. Seriously, I be getting no text message. And this next one, it's not true for me, unfortunately. Getting a text from somebody you like. And of course you're gonna feel that way because you're attracted to the person. And then when you open the message and it's them asking if you want to hang out, even better, bro. In that moment, you just felt like you officially won at life. And when you actually go to meet them and you're vibing and everything's going well, and you two are flirting back and forth, even better. Like, trust me, when you step into the room, your friends are gonna be like, wait, is that Himmy? Yo, Himmy? Yo, the GOAT! You just feel untouchable, bro. And no matter what life throws in your fucking face, you just feel like, shit, I'm still him. I'm the GOAT. Pulling a baddie boosts your ego so much. It's just amazing. And some of you might be like, wait, Birdie, don't you get no bitches? How the fuck do you know? Don't ask questions, bro. Just go with it. This one would combat the absolute worst feeling for me, which was public speaking. Hard to believe, right? I don't understand it either. I've been doing YouTube for years. I got the fucking mic that all the podcasters have right in front of me. Like, shit's like a goddamn spaceship. And I'm somehow still ass at public speaking. I will never understand it. I just never felt good doing it. But do you want to know what did feel good? When it was done. Oh my god. Whenever I would finish a presentation or a speech or anything like that, the relief I would feel was insane, bro. I would go back to my seat like, thank god that shit's over. But when it goes badly, when it goes south, yeah, it's the complete opposite. But most of my speeches be going like this, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Alrighty, da-da-do. Who's up for speeches? I don't see any hands. Who am I picking? Who hates speeches the most? Ah, yes, Birdie. Birdie, you're up, buddy. Get up there and show 'em what you got. Alright. Excuse me one moment. The Great Depression. It was an era where people lost money. Thank you. Great speech right there. It was absolutely insane. Amazing. Obviously, that's over-exaggerated, but it would sound something like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. But when it was done, bro, it felt fucking great, dude. Like, I was on cloud 9. But do you want to know what's even better than just finishing one presentation? Finishing school. I can't wait to feel this feeling. But, bro, when I finished high school, I was smoking that pack, bro. I was like, let's fucking go. Finally, this shit's over. You know what? I'm gonna burn my class graduation shirt. I'm glad to be out of that hellhole. It fucking sucked. And you already know me and the homies were turning the fuck up at our grad parties. Of course, because Jesus Christ, we really survived 12 years of prison. It was great. I made an entire video on school rules, and I kid you not, that shit basically felt like a prison. Most kids have no idea where to even look with what to do after high school. Like, just a lot of people are clueless. Some kids kind of just go to college, get their degree, and then get a job that they fucking hate, alright? And they're working around the clock 40 hours a week, and it sucks. But some people, on the other hand, get a job that they mess. But finding that thing, like, that you're extremely passionate about is an amazing feeling. Like, for me, it's doing YouTube. Like, I mean, some days I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to record a video. But when I'm doing it, I fucking love it. Like, I mean, I've done YouTube for, like, almost 4 years now. Like, I started this shit when I was 16 years old. And my videos were absolute booty cheeks, bro. But you know what? I kept going. I just had that desire to just keep working hard and make it happen. And finding that thing you love, it's a feeling that lasts a long time. And when it actually works out, even better. Success. getting a lot of money, getting a lot of girls, bro. Like, girls start spawning in whenever you walk. Success is one of the best feelings on this list. Getting your own whip, getting your own crib that you can call your own, bro. You can finally say that the hard work that you put in finally paid off. But the best feeling on this list has got to be having a good social life, or just having a lot of people around you. Having your friends, your family, your partner, whoever, there to support you whenever you need is amazing, bro. You can't get through life without a little bit of support. There's always that dude that's like, nah, bro, I'm a lone wolf. Right?
Look at what you've become. You don't feel anything, do you? I feel it all. The Crow.
They win.
One.
The friend group, a very diverse place. The friend group is a place where you can experience many different types of friends. And of course, you got some good friends, like the chill dude and the dude that's always got your back. And then you got some bad ones, like the toxic friend, for example. Now, majority of the group consists of good friends, but of course, you're gonna have some bad ones in the mix. And we're gonna start there. The toxic friend. This friend is always preying on your downfall, and he never wants to see you win. And honestly, bro, at this point, I don't even know if you could call this dude your friend. Like, this dude over here praying for you to go homeless and live in a cardboard box. Like, seriously, I don't know what the hell causes the beef between these two friends, but most of the time, it's just something really petty. And even when you are winning, this dude said some shit like, yo, boys, guess what? I just landed a really good job. Good shit, this dude really winning right now.
Well, actually, you are now in the Matrix. Have fun being in the Matrix.
Bro, shut your ass up. You ain't even got a job, ass motherfucker. And sometimes, man, they'll actually get on this dude's head, thankfully. So if you're that one guy that's getting violated all the time, hopefully there's people in the group that will stick up for you. Now enter the instigator. He steps in a room and he says, me personally, bro, I wouldn't let that slide. And it's over now, bro. There is a full-fledged fist fight going down in this living room. But yeah, this dude loves starting beef. I don't know what it is, but it's just his thing. I don't know. He likes sitting back with his little fucking bucket of popcorn and watching all the beef unfold. Now, thankfully, I never had an instigator in my friend group, but I'm sure a lot of you have this one. Like me, as somebody that hates like drama and beef, that's the last thing I want to deal with. If the guy's fucking built huge, bro, I am letting it slide. I don't give a fuck, because I'm not getting my ass beat. Sorry, it's been a while. But today we're talking about one of the greatest games ever created. Well, except this game. PvZ 1, 2, and Garden Warfare are timeless classics. And if I sat here and ranked every single plant in PvZ 2, we would be here all day, so I'm just gonna stick to the first game. I can't do them all. I'd be sitting here for like 5 hours, so I'll put it in C tier. Now we got the walnut. I will say the walnut is very clutch. And later in the game, you get an ability where you can just place one on top of another one and it will completely heal it. It doesn't cost too much, and the recharge time, yeah, it's kind of slow, but I still like it. B tier. And of course, we cannot forget about walnut bowling. That game is goated. Next, we have the potato mine. I hate how it takes so long for this dude to stick his fucking head out of the ground. So the only complaint I have about this plan is, yeah, you have to place it very ahead of time. Blows up the zombies. It does its job. I'll give it C tier. It's okay. Now, as for the snow pea, I would say it's a very good plan. It slows down the zombies, so it's basically like the pea shooter, but better. So definitely go in an A tier. Put this plant in my lineup pretty frequently. Next, we have the Chomper. Now, what the Chomper does, it just eats a zombie and just chews it for a long period of time. And when I say a long time, I mean a long-ass fucking time. So, we're gonna put this one probably in D tier. And I think it can only eat one zombie at once, too. And by the time it's done, you know, I could probably have my whole life figured out, be in a happy marriage, have a family of 5, I don't know. So, yeah, it's just not good. The Repeater, all right, I'm putting this one in S tier. And it's basically the pea shooter, but, well, it shoots double. The sun cost is crazy, but look, once you get it out there on the field, it will put in some work. So I would say it's definitely worth it. Out of the World 1 plants, yeah, this one's definitely the best. Now, World 2 is nighttime, and basically in this world, sun doesn't randomly spawn in. You have to use sun-producing plants. So they gave you another option, the Sun Shroom. Now I'm gonna put this one in B tier because I just hate how it takes so long for it to grow. Once it grows, it is a very good plant. It doesn't cost as much as a sunflower. The Puff Shroom, I would say A tier. If you spam a lot of these, they cost 0 sun and the recharge time is very fast. The only downside to this plant is the range is very short. You need a shit ton of them if you really want to do damage. The Fume Shroom, I'm gonna put in B tier. It shoots a fume cloud that can hit multiple zombies. It's a very good counter to the window screen zombie, but that shit actually pissed me off when I was playing the game. I don't know how many times I lost to one of those zombies and I just fucking chucked my DS across the room. The Grave Digger, I'm putting this John in D tier. Hear me out. You know what? Never mind. I'm putting this shit in F tier. It sucks. The whole point of this plant is it's supposed to get rid of graves, but it costs 75 sun. I don't know why it costs so much just for that. And then if a zombie eats at it as it's removing the grave, you wasted all your sun on nothing. In the first game, this plant is so bad, bro. I just can't put this in my lineup. It's like a waste of a spot. The Hypno Shroom, I gotta say, it's more like a last minute plant. You know, if you use it right, it can be very efficient. If you place it right at the end of the line, it will hypnotize the zombie and then it will go eat all the other zombies in the row. To me, that seems like it could be pretty clutch, but a lot of you might disagree. As a kid and, well, even playing the game now, I always liked this plant, so B tier. And now this next one is probably one of the worst plants in the game. I don't even know why the they added this shit. The Scaredy Shroom. This plant is just ass, I'm sorry. And anybody that plays the game, you can 100% agree with me on that. When the zombies pull up, it just cowers in fear and it just hides. You're supposed to be fighting for my boy Dave. You gotta protect the lawn. And even though the range is longer, I mean, it costs more sun and it probably does the same damage, so F tier. The Ice Shroom, B tier. It freezes all the zombies on screen, I don't know for how much time. So it definitely helps, but the recharge time is just so fucking slow. So I feel like I could barely use it throughout the level. The Doom Shroom. I feel like this is the better version of the Cherry Bomb. Like, it still does the same damage, but I mean, the only downside is it just leaves a crater, so you can't place anything else there. And it just does a shit ton of damage and kills every zombie in a certain radius. The recharge time is also very slow on this one. I'll put it in A tier. Now, after that, you go on to World 3. And in World 3, there's a pool in the backyard. Crazy Dave, I think that's his name, for whatever reason, decided to install a pool. You cannot place the plants on water, so they gave you a lily pad. And of course, it is great for its intended purpose, but outside of Worlds 3 and 4, you can't use it, so I'm gonna put it in like C tier. The Squash. This is one of my favorite plants because, well, this dude just looks so menacing. I don't think anybody would want to mess with that. And he can squash like a short range of zombies, so if they're all in a group, he can get all of them. The recharge is a little slow, but you know, I gotta say it comes in clutch a lot, so this plant is going in S tier. One of my favorites of all time. The Three-Peater. I'm putting this one in D tier. It costs way too much. Even though it shoots in 3 lanes, I feel like I'd just be better off placing a bunch of repeaters. That would save me like so much more sun. Because shit, some of these plants cost way too much. Like, I'm in a drought for sun sometimes when I'm playing this game. The Kelp, I'm gonna put it in D tier. I don't know, this shit's kind of ass. It can clutch up, but only in water. And this plant only takes 1 zombie out. Like, I would just take this plant with me if I had extra space, bro. But next we have the Jalapeno. Now, this is going in S tier, no doubt. Obviously, it has a very slow recharge, but still, it takes out the entire row. They're gonna be one of those big-ass gym rat zombies in the row, and it would do a shit ton of damage to it. And for those of you that played the game, you know they are extremely hard to kill. Spikeweed, I would say probably C tier. I don't really see myself using this plant much, but there is a strategy in the game where it could be pretty good, where you basically just place walnuts behind it. But just in general, I don't really take this plant in my lineup, so I don't really think it's anything to write home about. But what's pretty good about it is zombies can't eat it at all. But unfortunately, it only does cover 1 tile on the map. The Torchwood, I gotta say A tier. If you use it right, this shit can be lethal. All you gotta do is basically just put it in front of a bunch of pea shooters, and then the peas will do double the damage. And when it catches fire, it also damages a bunch of nearby zombies. Now for the Tall Nut. S tier. This is the better walnut, I must say. I'm pretty sure it has more than double the health, and it cannot be vaulted or jumped over. So the pole vaulting zombies that I always hated too, they cannot mess with the tall nut. It's one of the best plants in the game, in my opinion. Now, after World 3, World 4 is pretty much World 3, but at night. So in this world, you're going to get a bunch of additional plants that help you in the water. The sea shroom, I'm saying D tier. The recharge is slow as hell. Like, I don't know, I gotta fill those water lanes somehow. But the sea shroom is not helping. It's pretty much the worst version of the puff shroom. That shit solos any day. The planturn, yeah, I'm putting this shit in F tier. This shit's garbage. All it does is it gets rid of fog that appears in World 4. And once the zombies eat it, you can see the fog again. So I really don't see the point of using this. This plant is way better. The bloover. This plant's going in B tier. It blows all the fog away and zombies that have like balloons. And the fog goes away for a pretty long period of time. So in my opinion, I would say it's pretty useful. A lot of people sleep on it, but trust me, it's a good plant. But next we have a not so good plant, the cactus. Yeah, this John's going in D tier. This plant shoots slow as hell. I don't know, it's garbage. It should have just stayed in the drafts. The only redeeming point I guess I could give to the cactus is that it counters balloon zombies. But other than that, that's really it. And I guess it has longer range, but I don't know, it's just not worth it in my opinion. If it did more damage, I would say maybe, but it's literally the same damage as a pea shooter. So I'm definitely passing on this one. This one's not going in the lineup. The split pea. This plant shoots 1 pea forward and 2 backwards. And I would say it's a pretty good counter to the zombie that digs underneath everything. You don't really come across it that much, but for the purpose it serves, B tier. And it costs like 125 sun, so that's not too bad. The star fruit is going in S tier. I mean, this thing shoots in 5 directions. Who wouldn't want that? And it only costs 125. I mean, it doesn't exactly have the greatest accuracy ever. I mean, it pretty much just has that stormtrooper aim. But still though, 5 different directions, it could take out zombies in completely different rows. If you have like most of the yard filled with them, it's over. The pumpkin is going in S tier. Everybody hates on the pumpkin. I don't know why. This is such a good plant. It's basically a shield for a plant. So it's like a walnut for a plant, essentially. I don't care what anybody says, that is heat. It doesn't have as much health as the tall nut, but still. People need to wake the hell up and see the vision. The pumpkin is goated. The magnet shroom. C tier, only because it takes a long time for the metal object it gets to disappear. Other than that, I would say it's pretty good. Then you just completely get rid of buckets, so, you know, sometimes it does come in clutch for me, though. And World 5 is the roof. And every plant has to go in a pot. And it has to be able to shoot over the roof at the zombies, so World 5 gives you a bunch of catapult plants. And the first one they give you is called the cabbage pult. Now this plant is pretty much like a pea shooter, but a catapult, so it's going in C tier. It's your general run-of-the-mill plant. Nothing too crazy. There's really nothing too special about it. It just shoots cabbage. In my opinion, the kernel pult is much better. A tier. I feel like with this plant, my only complaint is it doesn't do a lot of damage unless you shoot butter, and that's completely based on chance. Most times it shoots kernels, which only do light damage. If you pair it off with something else, it could be pretty good. Plus, the butter makes the zombies stand still for a while. The coffee bean. This plant's going in D tier. I don't know. I've never really seen myself using this. All it does is it wakes up mushrooms, because the mushroom plants can't be used during the day. And it costs 75 sun. So, I don't know. It's just not worth it. At that point, just why even bother using the mushrooms? The garlic? I'm not really a big fan of it. D tier again. It pretty much just uses hot-ass garlic breath to move zombies to another row. Me, personally, when I'm playing the game, I'd rather have all the rows covered than have, like, a few rows that are lacking and I have to use the garlic. I don't know. Just not the move. The umbrella leaf. B tier. What it does is it just protects plants from certain zombies that take plants, and there's a zombie in that world that just catapults basketballs at your plants. If you bring this plant with you, this dude is gonna have a worse free throw percentage than Shaq. It will protect all the plants in the adjacent area. You know, I'm not trying to lose a bunch of my plants and I have to spend more sun. That shit would always piss me off. The marigold. F. I mean, I don't really see the use for it. If you want to get coins faster, I guess. I don't know. My objective was to just beat the game. I didn't care about that. So I feel like it didn't really help me with anything, so F tier. The watermelon Polt, S tier. Once you get a bunch of these down, it's wraps. I mean, they throw watermelons, for God's sake. They do heavy damage, and the watermelons that they throw also damage nearby enemies. So yeah, I would definitely say overall it's an S tier plant. Even though it costs 300 sun, I say it's worth it. The Imitator, S tier. I guess I'll technically consider it a plant. You are allowed to use 2 of the same plants. So if there's a slow charging plant you want to use twice, there you go. But there are some plants where the attachments just make them so much better. The Gatling Pea, S tier. Like, this thing is broken. It fires 4 peas at once. If you get a bunch of these on the board, it's over. It's an attachment you have to place on top of a repeater. You have to like buy it in the shop, which is just the trunk of Crazy Dave's car for some reason. But we don't talk about that. Next, we have the Twin Sunflower. I don't know. I'm saying like D tier for this one. I really don't see the use of it. Maybe if there was a very long level where you needed a bunch of sun, I feel like the original Sunflower will do. The people that use it, I don't know. You might be doing too much, honestly. The Gloom Shroom. So you have to place this on a fume shroom for it to work. And it shoots fumes in a bunch of directions. So that just makes the fume shroom like 10 times better. So S tier. The Cattail. I'm going to say A tier for this one. This one can only be used in water. It has to be placed on lily pads in order for it to work. But this plant laps the cactus by a mile. It literally tracks down zombies in any lane. If I could use this in more worlds, it would 100% be S tier. The Winter Melon. Now this one has to be planted on a melon Polt. And of course, since the watermelons are frozen, it slows down the zombies. And it costs like 200 to upgrade. But honestly, I'd say S tier for this one. The Gold Magnet. This one is placed on top of magnet shrooms, and it just collects gold for you. It's kind of like the marigold, but slightly better. But still, I don't know, F tier. I don't really see the reason for using this one. Unless you're really trying to farm gold, then I guess go for it. But next we have the Spike Rock. Very great upgrade to the Spike Weed. It does way more damage, but it charges pretty slow. I'll put it in B tier. But are you guys ready for the greatest plant in the game? The Cob Cannon. S tier, no doubt, any day of the week. You have to place the upgrade on top of 2 kernel Polts. And there is no debate. This shit launches a whole fucking ear of corn. It's over for the zombies. And you can pick on the map where you want this thing launched. This shit is unmatched, I gotta say. But yeah, some of you might be wondering, where the hell did I go? Well, I kind of got bored of the content I was making. And I wanted to try different topics, different editing styles, things like that. So let me know what you guys think. Anyways, I'm out. Scams. I think we've all fallen for a scam at least once in our lives. For me, back in the day, the Clash of Clans and Clash Royale scams were my kryptonite. Or maybe I was just slow and I was the only one falling for scams like this. I don't know. And out there are many different devious ways to make money. Some people are dead-ass scamming 85-year-old grandmas out of all their credit card money. A lot of things in our day-to-day lives are scams, and a lot of people don't notice. Some more severe than others. So today I compiled 10 scams in our day-to-day lives that a lot of people just fail to see. Number 1, we gotta start with the dentist. A lot of times when you go to the dentist, they offer you a bunch of shit that you really don't need, or sometimes they just go overkill. A couple of years ago, I was told that I had a cavity in my back tooth, and a lot of people talk about how it hurts so bad to get cavities removed and shit. When I got my cavity removed, it honestly really didn't even hurt at all. So after that, I was kind of just wondering, like, did I even have a cavity? Like, I don't know. And since you're not the expert, you didn't really attend dentist school for 5 years. They could kind of just blind you and lead you in the wrong direction if they really want you to. They could see a piece of Oreo in your teeth and be like, oh my god, you have a cavity. That's why when you go to the dentist, you gotta pick your dentist wisely. And a lot of things that are dental or just medical related in general are really expensive. Like, I literally forked over 10 bands to get fucking braces. And of course, there was even more additional cost because the braces kept breaking and all this other shit. It was like every other week, I would have a loose bracket and my mom was calling the dentist for me to come in. But my brother the duck got the short end of the stick. Bro had to get a palate expander. And that probably cost another light two bands, you know. Like dentists are acting like I'm fucking Scrooge McDuck rolling in money. But in reality, they're about to leave me with no funds. And that shit is straight ass, bro. You gotta twist it until it slowly expands your jaw every day. College textbooks or any course material. When I was in college, I literally had to pay for shitty ass textbooks every semester. And for every class total, it cost me almost $500. On top of the fat ass semester cost, which is pretty much like a down payment on a house. We should probably talk about that too, Jesus Christ. Half the time, I never even used the goddamn textbook. Like, it just ended up being a piece of furniture in my dorm room. I remember in my freshman year, I bought every single textbook just for me to use 2 of them. At the end of the year, the amount of dust on them was crazy. It was like I had to take a vacuum to that thing. And I was pissed off to find out that a lot of these textbooks, there were PDFs of them online. So of course, the next semester, I did not buy any textbooks because I was already paying enough to go to college. Some people graduate, get a degree, and they still have a hard time finding a job. So you have to really play your cards right with what major you select and shit. And sadly, some people end up back in square one. Plus, now they're $100K in debt that builds up in interest every year and slowly just drains and just sucks your bank account dry. Okay, my fault. That was crazy. You know what else sucks away your bank account? Carnival games. How are these even allowed? Like, they're rigged as hell. Like, you look at this basketball hoop right here, and you look at it and say, damn, this is easy. I'm Curry in the paint. I'm splashing those all day. But you end up bricking like Shaq in the paint. You miss every single one. And half the time, the basketball probably doesn't even fit in the hoop. My mom would take me to like these town fairs all the time when I was a kid. And I was like, damn, maybe I just suck ass at these games. But in reality, it was they were taking my hard-earned allowance money from mowing the lawn. That is the lowest of low right there. I just wanted my Pikachu stuffed animal, and they didn't want to see me win. And speaking of stuffed animals, yeah, I think we can all say fuck claw machines. I spend more money on claw machines than I did on Fortnite skins when I was 14. It's really crazy how much motion these people running the claw machines really had. And sometimes they don't even work. The machines suck balls, so you don't even get what you paid for. The amount of times I've ran into an arcade machine or any game machine that's been faulty is insane. And you know what else is faulty? Half the goddamn products on Temu. There's a reason why it's a big meme to call things on Temu a knockoff or a ripoff. For example, there's a Jordan shoe where the logo's doing zigzags instead of going for the dunk. Have I ever bought anything on Temu? No. But have I seen shit that's just boof quality? Yes, absolutely. If you buy something that doesn't need to be like polished in the production, like it could be okay quality. My friend bought a poster off Temu and it was alright. But if you buy something like a PC monitor off Temu, oh yeah, let me save a couple bucks. You're done for. That PC monitor is getting fried. And a lot of tactics the app uses is just extremely weird to me. What Temu will do is just push a wheel in your face with a bunch of free items on it. And a lot of the times when you spin, obviously, it's just gonna rig it so you can't win the free items. But the first time you're on the app, the wheel is rigged so you win the free items, and then that leads you to play even more games that are even more rigged that lead you to not winning the free items. But it will make people think, oh my god, I was so close, so they'll want to keep using the app in the hopes of winning free stuff. There's been a lot of security issues going around with Temu, so I'm not taking any chances. Next up, we got any form of fee. Like, what the hell is the point of charging a fee? Whenever I get an Airbnb and go on vacation, I'm always up to my ass in fees. Cleaning fee, service fee, existing fee, Chicago fee. Like, this meme was not lying. There are so many goddamn fees out there, it's ridiculous. I'm not trying to pay an arm and a leg just to get some mid-ass fast food to my door. And then I have to pay the service fee without even knowing how good the service is. Are you kidding me? Like, my Chipotle burrito could be half gone by time it's here, yet I still have to pay a $20 service fee. At this point, I'm getting on a Lime scooter and I'm doing it myself. They're always taxing like crazy. And today I lost $100 because my bank doesn't know how to take money out of other accounts, apparently. So I got charged on a $100 overdraft fee. Like, I'm seriously about to go broke with the amount of fees that are out there. Number 6, we got any form of TikTok scam. A lot of people on TikTok just money spread on camera and they're like, peep the methods on how I got this motion. Link in bio. And of course, it brings you to a course that you have to pay for. And when you pay for said course, you get no methods on how to make money. The money they're making off you is the money that they're flexing in these videos. And the cycle just continues. But there's also a bunch of people that I've seen like on TikTok promoting a Cash App survey that you will just instantly get $500 for. If it's too good to be true that it's not happening, there will be no $500 appearing in your wallet. If anything, the creator probably gets $500 for promoting this shit. Next up, we got fake YouTube ads. Now, there's a lot of ads going around that claim to be Mr. Beast Jimmy Donaldson himself in the flesh. And if you click on the ad, you have a chance of winning a Lamborghini. Of course, it has you put in all your credit card information. So that shit's not happening. Even Mr. Beast himself called out this shit. That's how bad it's getting. Or sometimes I see ads that say, want free Robux? Click here. Like they're clearly targeting Lil Timmy on the iPad with his mom's credit card. And after you fill out all your information, they have you download a bunch of apps and fill out a bunch of surveys. It's literally just a big waste of time. That's all it is. Mr. Beast, bro, you lied to me. I can't believe you. No, I'm just trolling. But anyways, a lot of YouTube ads are really scammy. I guess YouTube ads have no filter. Any old person can just buy one. It's like they don't even review it. This has been a problem for like a long ass time now. And remember how I talked about the Clash Royale gem scam at the beginning? There used to be ads like this for Clash Royale when I was growing up. I think I was in like 6th grade and I still fell for it. And I was really wondering why I was getting spam texts, spam calls, and emails. Like, what the fuck? Why do you think? And next on the list, we got OnlyFans. Of course, this was gonna be on here. Like, I don't know who the fuck is buying this shit. People are blowing like hundreds of thousands of dollars on this app every year. And for all these people, no, it could just be some random Joe Schmo behind the line. This dude could have got every picture on Google, and these people wouldn't have even known. There's Snapchat bots out there that are like trying to promote people's OnlyFans. Like, if they're trying to sell you something, like, it's most obviously a bot. You're not talking to a real human being. And a lot of the times, the dudes that buy this stuff think the girls are really into them because they have all this money. But in reality, bro, they're just trying to get you to spend more. Ever since quarantine, like, it's been getting really bad. People are signing contracts on their 18th birthday, just sign their soul away, just join in OnlyFans, not even a second thought about it. Next on the list, we got those fortune tellers. Now, a lot of these people go to fortune tellers to find out what life holds for them and what is going to happen in their life. But they tell them like the most mundane shit. They're like, oh, you're gonna find true love very soon. Well, that's not specific enough, bro. I came here for a straight answer. A lot of states restrict fortune telling, and good, because it should be restricted. Tarot cards should not determine my future, bro. How would a piece of cardboard and a crystal ball determine my future? I just gotta lock in. That's what determines my future. Because if I was a bum lying down doing nothing, this video would not get done, which results in no food on the table. Like, it feels like you're getting your future told by those fucking paper things that we used in 5th grade. And people would just say, pick a color. And that was it. That was your future right there. You're gonna be a billionaire if you picked green. I don't know. If you're somebody that believes in all this shit, I guess do it at your own risk. Me personally, I think this is a scam. And number 10, probably the worst scam on this. Okay, I'm not hyping it up. It's not that bad. And number 10, we have tipping. Now, I tip, obviously, because people aren't getting paid enough, and it's not really the worker's fault at all. These restaurants or corporations that they work for don't pay them enough. So we gotta take money out of our own pocket so they can make just over minimum wage. Like, that's crazy. For those of you that live in a different country, I'm in the United States, and tipping is like mandatory here. So if you don't tip, you're an ass. They might as well spit in your food. And when I was 10, I didn't realize why the pizza guy wanted to rip my fucking head to shreds when I gave him $20. So of course, as an adult, now it makes sense. And of course, when you get put in a situation where the cashier flips the iPad over and says, it's just gonna ask you a few questions. Now you feel awkward when you don't leave a tip. Or sometimes on their website, they have a tipping option when there was no service provided. Like, this is so dumb. Just like the dumbest laws ever created. I documented a bunch of them in this video right here. Just click it.
Firestone. For those who answer the call of the vagabond.
Addictions. We've all had them, and some people out there are seriously struggling. But no matter how they may make you feel in the moment, you gotta get rid of them, because it's getting in the way of you accomplishing your goals. Whether you want to become the president of the United States, the next Gordon Ramsay, or do you want to be like me, sit down in your chair all day, edit a video, and only get 1 minute of it done? Well, I've noticed there's been a plethora of addictions rising in Gen Z. We got TikTok, the Julius Caesar, video games, and God forbid, the hub. Those were some dark times, bro. I don't want to talk about it. But there's many more, and I don't want to sit here all day and try and list them. Some can be fine in moderation, like going through social media, but others, absolutely not. And a lot of people try to cope, and they're like, oh, I'm not addicted, bro. Yes, you are. You are addicted. Do you see yourself? You practically go insane when the vape is missing. Step 1, acceptance. You gotta accept the fact that you're addicted. It doesn't matter what you're addicted to. You just gotta know it in the back of your head. You gotta know that it's a problem and it's really affecting your life. Like, for example, me, sometimes I notice myself doom scrolling on social media for no apparent reason. Like, sometimes I see some baddies on Instagram and I'm lost. I'm gone. It's over. And kind of ask yourself this question: what about this addiction is holding me back? Well, in my case, it's making me procrastinate a lot more, bro. My brain would much rather get the easy fix of dopamine than the long-term return from working. No matter how much we've evolved from cavemen scratching their ass and throwing rocks at the wall, no matter how smart we got, well, maybe some of us, we still got that same desire in our brain. We want what's easy. We want what's rewarding. Our brain wants dopamine, and it wants to get it any way it can. And that's what we gotta understand. Step 2, find the root cause. Really dig deep. Really try to understand yourself and realize, why am I doing this? And for my case, I think it's because I don't touch grass enough, bro. I barely go outside. All right, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not a fucking Discord mod. I don't sit in my cell and just rot away all day. I go to the gym, I go shopping, I do what I gotta do. I hang out with friends sometimes, but most of my time is spent editing. This video's gonna take fucking ages to make. I will have the most serious case of swamp ass when this video is done. But just finding that something in real life, whether it's like playing an instrument, karate, working out at the gym, finding that thing you love outside of work, like a hobby or something, is a source of dopamine in itself. So you gotta basically take that addiction and replace it with another source of dopamine that is healthy. Step 3, you gotta find a reason to quit. If you really want to quit your addictions, you gotta lock in, dude. You can't be fucking around. You gotta give yourself a reason or else it's not happening. Write it down. Do whatever you gotta do. Like, for example, if your addiction is vaping, you could write, I want to quit vaping because I don't want to die of lung cancer. That is a very good reason to quit vaping. You can make it as vile as you want to. You can make it say, hey, bum, don't get lung cancer. Personally, I like doing this because it's funny, or you could just be more serious about it. But you gotta have a sense of direction, or else you're getting hit with a fucking flashbang and walking around in a circle. Because if you give yourself a reason, you're more likely to do it. Now that you threw the Nick stick away, you're locked in. You really want to quit. Step 4 is you gotta build better habits to replace the bad one. Let's say Jordan vapes, and he wants to be a doctor. He can't pay attention in class because he's too busy thinking about his vape. And if he loses his vape, forget it. He's tearing the whole fucking house down. He's gotta stop everything he's doing just to fucking find it. And let's say Jordan likes music. He's really interested in music. Jordan could make music instead of vaping for a source of dopamine. Then he can slowly cut down on his nicotine intake until it's out of his life. Like, basically, you want to take your mind off it so the urges aren't as frequent. But of course, another thing you want is an overall goal, like a life goal. Like, what do you want from life? You really gotta understand that. And trying out a bunch of different things, you will find your true passion that way. Do you want a wife, 4 kids, a white picket fence, a regular day job, and a family dog? I don't know. But you really gotta devise a plan to get there. And you really gotta lock in on your short-term goals to get to your long-term ones. It's almost like a ladder. You gotta keep climbing up the ladder to get to your end goal. And building better habits now will help you get to your goal much faster. Honestly, write down your goals. Keep them written down. I got them as my phone lock screen, so I see them every time I open my phone, and sometimes that just gets me to shut my phone right off.